Hello everyone, good morning, this is the Leech. I'm going to bring you a cast today between the Red Zerg here on Shattered Temple, Nerchio, who's sponsored even by Team Empire, and his opponent will be the Yellow Terran here in the close by ground position, Merz, and Merz is sponsored by Team Dignitas. Both these players are very strong players. This is a game from the European ladder. I've seen Nerchio play some ladder games, not too terribly many. I haven't seen too much from him. I know he has won quite a few Craft Cups and some smaller tournaments like that. He also won the TeamSpeak Open in 2010. And Merz has also had quite a few Craft Cup wins there in Europe. So neither players with huge tournament winnings or anything like that, but they are both sponsored and they're both fantastic players, of course. I've seen Nerchio play TLO quite a lot when watching TLO stream, and so he has taken quite a few games off TLO. So obviously a talented Zerg, and Merz also a very talented Terran. Actually looks like Merz here is going to be blocking off on the bottom of the ramp, so very interesting. That will deny any scouting from Merz unless he, from Nerchio, unless he decides to send in an Overlord and possibly sack that in order to get some sight. And it looks like Nerchio will be going for his hatch here on 14 as this drone is moving down. Merz not trying to stop that at all right now. And no early scouting coming from either player. Both of them waiting a decent amount of time. It looks like Merz is just going to start heading out with his right now after his barracks is about 75% complete. And Nerchio, all he knows is that they are not close by air. So we will see the scout here of Merz, come into the base and start taking a peek here. As he's going to walk, and he's going to see the spawning pool is started here by Nerchio, and walk back down to the expansion and see what he can see down here. As we can see, that hatch is about halfway done here at the expansion. Orbital command is on the way for Merz right now. Hope you guys have been enjoying the cast so far. I did a lot of casts yesterday, and I was almost considering not doing one today, but I promised to do one a day, and I'm really trying to stick to that promise. I actually did 6 games yesterday, so yeah, it was very intense, and uploading them was really the worst part. Have a Marine here heading out by Merz now to see if he can do some damage. A Marine and an SCV. He's not going to be able to do too terribly much here, as Nerchio has pulled down quite a few drones, and we'll see if he actually decides to kill that. Nope, he's just going to pull back and just be happy that he made the Marine go away, and the Marine's going to come back again and just kind of take a peek. It looks like not trying to actually do too much, waiting for his compadre here, the other Marine. There's a Spine Crawler coming down right now for Nerchio, so really these Marines aren't going to be able to do too terribly much. Have really enjoyed the casting so far, and I was having so much fun yesterday that I decided to do a bunch of games. A lot of them were by the Team Liquid guys, specifically Tyler, Huck, and Jinro. So if you guys haven't seen those yet, go ahead and check them out. Nice Marine micro there by Merz, able to take out 4 Zerglings without losing any Marines. So very good by him. The Spine Crawler is now finishing up for Nerchio, and Merz has gotten a factory and is starting to get some Hellions out. Speed has also been started for the Zerglings of Nerchio. And the expansion is up and running. Has a few drones here. Could use quite a few more. Maybe a transfer here from the natural, or he's obviously just going to produce some and throw them down there. Overlord's here in a good spot from Nerchio. He's going to know when that natural expansion is laid down. And a group of about 4 or 5 Marines and Hellions starting to move out now for Merz. Going to come take a peek and see if he can't do any damage. There's a reactor coming down. Looks like on this barracks here, and in the command center is started for Merz as well. So we'll watch his harassment and see if Merz is able to do anything here. This Spine Crawler is in a position where the Marines are going to be able to sneak by without taking any damage. So if nothing else, he's going to be able to stop mining here for quite some time and do damage to the expansion. So very interesting. We'll see if he's actually able to drop this. It doesn't look like he'll be able to. There's lots of Zerglings that are going to be popping out here soon. And speed is just about complete. So Merz looks like he's electing to back up just a little bit, continue to do some damage to this Queen. But the harassment, for the most part, has been shut down. That command center is about to finish up for Merz right now, and he does have 2 more barracks coming down in his main here. So going to be seeing some heavy bio ball play, maybe trying to continue this early pressure. Another Hellion joins the fray here, and lots of drones coming out for Nerchio. These 2 Hellions trying to decide if they want to go in and see what they can do. And they're actually just going to sneak up into the main. Lots of Zerglings in pursuit, though, and they are going to come surround these Marines and take out everything. These Hellions are getting quite a few shots up, but they're not blue flames, so they don't kill near as fast as they could. Nerchio doing some nice Zergling micro to try and get them around to surround these Hellions. didn't quite work out, but eventually he cleaned up the mess. Stim has been started for Merz, and also switch that factory with the barracks and pumping out Hellions 2 at a time now, coming to land the natural expansion here as he feels pretty safe with the harass he's been doing that no Zerglings are going to be able to sneak by. And here come the 4 Hellions to continue to do damage. You can see that Nerchio is getting 3 gas. He has 2 on the way, he already has 1, so he'll have 3 total. Layer Tech also starting to come down at this natural expansion form. These Hellions taking a lot of damage from the Zerglings in conjunction with this Spine Crawler and deciding they need to back up and go home. Or just back up a little bit. 2 more reactors coming down on these barracks, and there's a tech lab on one barracks as well that's getting that STEM research. So 2 more Hellions join in, 5 total now, doing some harassment still, some Marines, Marauders coming out, Layer just about to finish up, and big droning coming in from Nerchio, so 7 drones about to pop out right now. And Merz just continuing to try and do some of that harass. He is about 10 supply behind right now. That could catch up fairly quickly though, as he's just landed that expansion. His money is going to be coming up here quite a bit. 6 Hellions now moving in, roasting a lot of Zerglings, but we'll see if these Zerglings are going to be able to finish off. No, they're not. These Hellions doing massive damage to them, and Merz just with a little miss micro there loses that 1 Hellion, which he probably could have saved. It was 1 hit from dead. Some Marines and Marauders coming to join the fray here on this attack. You can see that Nerchio is keeping some Overlords all around his base here, watching for any drops that could possibly come in. Good play by him. And a starport is now coming down for Merz, as well as a Spire for Nerchio and a Baneling Nest for Nerchio. Nerchio also trying to start spreading his creep, just laying creep tumors up here in the main to start connecting these 2 bases completely. It looks like Merz kind of doing a sort of contain here with these Marines, Marauders, and Hellions. And really the Banelings, even if they do come out soon, aren't going to be able to do too terribly much because of the Hellions. Hellions really do quite well against Banelings, especially with no speed. So Marauder's starting to head in now, going to take some pot shots at this Spine Crawler as it is trying to get put back in position again. This Queen might go down by Nerchio if he's not careful, but no, he does pull it back, and it looks like he'll lose that. If Merz is paying any attention, he could kill both these Queens right now, and he will, and he's took down 1 Spine Crawler, come to take out another one. Zerglings now backing up behind the mineral line, going into Banelings, but I'm not sure that's the best position to do that, and the Layer has finished, and Spire is about to complete, but Merz doing mass damage right now. He is about 10 supply ahead right now, and if he just brings those Hellions in to kill these, they're stuck in the back right now, but if they came up and started roasting these drones, that could do a lot of damage. More Zerglings coming in, and the Banelings coming out and destroying everything. So Merz probably not paying attention for a few moments. He saw the Zerglings run back here, and he probably should have followed him back to make sure that nothing like that happened. Do see siege tanks on the way right now for Merz with siege mode as well, and medevacs coming out 2 at a time from that reactor starport. 5 Mutalisks being started for Nerchio right now, and 3 creep tumors here actively spreading that creep, so it's going to go by very quickly. And Overseer here is coming in and pooping on top of that factory to stop any production, so he's going to slow down the tank production a little bit. 1 Zergling goes down as he's trying to poke in and see what's going on. 3 bunkers coming down for Merz at the front, knowing a counterattack could be coming. Overlords here just keeping placement, make sure that nothing too crazy is going on. This Overseer did get away scotch-free and did kind of scout the entire base there. So here come the mutas now of Nerchio to see if he can do some damage. Stim being used on all those Marines, not losing any Mutalisks, 1 very low health though, and he is going up to the main now. So making those Marines stim can be a huge deal later on if those medevacs have less, gosh, I almost said mana. My WoW instinct almost kicked in there, but Marines continuing to stim there and continuing to kill no Mutalisks. So good harass there by Nerchio. More Mutalisks down here continuing to do damage as all the Marines ran away in the other direction. Stop that 1 supply depot from building. So good move by him. Not losing any Mutalisks in that harass. Also getting a 3rd up here at this location in the top left corner. And Mutas coming in 1 more time to try and do some more damage. Looks like no stim used just yet on those Marines, but probably very shortly. Still not losing any Mutalisks, so very good micro there by Nerchio, continuing to just constantly harass there and getting his Mutas away without losing him. He is getting some Zerg Flyer attacks, level 1 for those Mutalisks, and 2 Evolution Chambers are about to be finished up right now. As you can see, these Mutalisks are just hiding back right now. 1 drone just going to come up and sacrifice himself to see what's at the front. More Mutalisks going to be joining in here, and drone transfer starting to come up to this location. Probably going to get both these extractors, as he does look slightly gas starved and getting a lot of minerals. More siege tanks coming out now for Merz. Mutas coming back into the main here. Another stim used by the Marines, And Nerchio just having great control here, not losing any Mutalisk and forcing those stims over and over again. So when Merz finally does decide to try and move out, he really is going to be a little bit weaker. Scan going down to make sure those Mutas don't get away, but still not losing any Mutalisk and getting away again, forcing many stims. As Zerg Flyer attacks level 1 is about halfway done. Lots of Zerglings being morphed in right now. More Mutalisk coming in as well. Another factory and an engineering bay for Merz. We take a look at the units last time. We'll see the Zerg is slightly behind, but just very slightly. And these Mutas just continuing to come in and press his advantage there. Still no Mutas lost. For some reason, those Marines cannot decide to shoot the same one. And they're going to try and hide up here in the corner. I think he might actually lose one here. Maybe. Yes, he does lose a Mutalisk. 2 Mutalisks even. That one Marine is a hero. 3 Mutalisks go down. So many of them were such low life. It was just bound to happen eventually. We do see just more siege tanks. Another factory. Some more barracks coming down for Merz. And if we take a look at the worker count, Merz is actually ahead just ever so slightly by 2 workers. And the creep is starting to be spread right into his front door here. This third is up and running and is saturated fairly well. These Mutalisks continuing to head out here to do some damage. Taking a look at the production tab, we can see Baneling speed is coming down. These Marines are keeping a steady watch. Do not want these Mutalisks to come in and annoy the heck out of him again. Starting to get some towers down around his base to protect some vital buildings. More tech labs coming down, and these 2 barracks about to finish up. These Mutalisks are going to be able to pick off this one tower that was being built, and picked off the SCV that was building this barracks as well. So just constantly being an annoyance there for Merz, and more Mutalisks coming to join the fray as well. See, starting to get a 4th up here for Nerchio, and these Mutalisks coming to join their brothers up at this location here. We'll see if he's going to try and sneak in again. More Zerglings still on the way, so Merz is just really sitting back, getting ready to do that big push of his, getting very siege tank heavy. I'm expecting to see some Thors or something come out of this factory, because he's really going to need probably more than just Marines to counter these Mutalisks, as the Muta numbers are getting decently high. And Marines coming out to get rid of some creep tumors and then backing up again. More creep tumors here are going to be going down. He really doesn't want that creep in his base, and so there the Marines go, backing off again. Okay, that's just a group of overlords. I was wondering if we had some hiding Mutas there. Lots of upgrades coming in right now for the Zerg, and he's going to be able to just come in and take down these missile turrets.